or the 3 times now. But
That's all the questions I got. So
Oh well, thank you, Jets, for coming. I wish you the bestest of luck. Maybe we'll have an interview between intermissions or something in the games. But thanks for coming on.
all right, thanks guys.
good luck
Good
tonight.
luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
There were again many. Let's take a look at the Belleville side here, though. There was many doubts about Eggs on Toast being the GM and how he was going to perform, and there were many skeptical trades that may or may not have worked out for his team. Like if we take a look at that Tendy trade, we see Penley performing very well in the games he played, but not really getting the best look at him. And Tendy again being stellar. Do we think that Eggs on Toast has been a good GM here and has been a nominee of the GM of the year?
I don't think so. But just because, yeah, he made a good trade, Tendy for Penley. Obviously, I I feel like if Penley were to stay on this Blizzard team, on this club, I think that it still would have worked out in a way. Um, in terms of like getting him and Robe would have been a sweet duo on this club, and I feel like it worked out for them getting Tendy and trading him, but I feel like the Greyhounds is where they screwed up that trade, and I feel like that trade was pretty even in terms of for both teams. It's just Frank kind of just screwed with it a little bit.
You know, when I look at the moves that Toast made, I think that he took gambles on a lot of them. You know, drafting Jaden, who they had some controversy over during the season. It worked out in the end, seeing how he's played in the playoffs. Obviously, like you mentioned, Berto trading Penley for Tendy, that also paying off. I do like the moves he made, but in my opinion, I don't think he is the GM of the year. I think that there are other GMs that did a better job, but I still like the moves that Toast made, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. His team lost their last 4 games going into the playoffs, and now they're in the finals. I'll give him the credit he deserves, but just not GM of the year.
This is a hot take here. I do think Eggs on Toast has the most pressure in this finals. He may not be the star player of his team and all, but he's the GM of the Belleville Blizzard, the past 2 champions, and he got put in a spot where everyone telling him to win. If he doesn't win this, he's ending that dynasty of the Blizzard. I think that throws a whole lot of pressure on him, and I think this makes it his hardest final series so far. What do you guys think?
I do
Yeah, I
agree with
agree.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure on him, and he's gonna have to fight hard, especially with him missing players. And I feel like that it will be a little tough on him in these games, and maybe that might throw him off, or maybe it'll
He's
drive
gonna
him
have to
to
fight hard.
play a much better game. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I feel like for sure, I think there's a lot of pressure on him compared to his. It will be a little tough on him,
Um, Based on what I
or
saw of
maybe
Toast
it'll
in the
drive
first
him
two
to
games,
play a
there
much
was
better
definitely room for a lot of improvement, and
We'll
I think
see.
he does
But
need to clutch up for his team. Not necessarily, I don't mean go out there and score a hat trick or score anything like that. I think he just needs to stay engaged in the game and keep his team in it.
We can look at Robe and his performance through the playoffs. If we see Belleville taking these, do we see Robe as a Conn Smythe favorite?
Definitely. Well, actually, you know what? I just said definitely, but I'm gonna retract that statement. I think it's between him and Tendy, and I'm not sure which one of them I'd rather gamble on. I would probably say Tendy out of the two, actually.
What's your vote out of this, Clifford?
I don't know. it's kind of a little tough right now. Obviously Tendi and Robe have been on fire. But maybe if the drought were able to win both of them tonight, maybe even as long as Claydu is able to make some good saves out there, maybe even Claydu possibly. I'm
We
not sure.
That
It's a hot take.
2 games is 30 minutes of playtime.
Claydu, yeah.
We can
Sorry.
see a new con's my favorite. We could see Jets come out of the storm, score like hat tricks each game. We could see Zekro score a few. We can see brand new players that just step it up and we wouldn't even have thought of. I think these are going to be
Yeah.
the most interesting games of the season. Obviously, that's not really like a hot take, but like both teams can win here or they can split it. So both games will be interesting.
I agree with you on that.
Hoping to have eggs on toast come on. Has not replied to the DM. And we'll be right back in just a moment. And we're back. What can we see for contracts for next season, and who do we think will stay with their team? Where do we think players are going to move? There's going to be a big free agency pool. What do you guys got for hot takes on that, or potential trades?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, there's a lot of free agents, and I feel like the only stuff I do feel like is the Aviators. I think they're gonna be sticking with most of their guys, but as for all the other teams, I'm not really sure on who's staying and who's going. It'll be pretty interesting next season.
I would have to agree with Clifford on that. I think at this point in time, it is kind of hard to have any predictions on how free agency is going to turn out. We're just going to have to wait and see how it turns out in the coming weeks.
And we do have eggs on toast coming now. Does anyone have any questions? Or welcome, eggs on toast. How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Do we have any questions for eggs on toast, Mimi or Clifford? Perfect.
Great interview. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Toast, you're entering this as GM of the Blizzard. There'd be doubts about you at the beginning of the season. We just had a conversation about it. And you're holding this Blizzard team in your hands, entering their third finals in a row. How much pressure and what does this mean to you, yourself, as the finals here?
I don't want to talk about me too much, because right now I really just want to focus on our team.
Good man.
We've come a long way. We've been through a thing or two, or 3 or 5,000, together. We have basically a full roster tonight, with the exception of game one. And yeah, I really want to. I know that obviously there's, keep the streak alive and everything, but right now I really just want to focus on this team and this group that we've got here.
You guys have gone through a lot of hate in between the league, being
Tell me about
suspensions
it.
without the team, locker room things. Do you think all that going through your team and circulating has benefited you and made you guys build a stronger team? And maybe that's the reason why you guys are here. Is that a possibility, do you think?
I think you might be onto something there. I think I think through all of our challenges we've gotten stronger and closer to each other. Like I remember, like basically at the start of this season, nobody in our locker room, with the exception of maybe me and Flashy, had any chemistry whatsoever. And we've sort of throughout the course of the season, we've built it up, and the fact that we're here, the fact that we were able to dethrone the President's Trophy winners in round one,
Oh,
we just being able to prove that we're able to be a force to be reckoned with in this league and this season is
have you guys been running any practices throughout the playoffs?
Oh yeah, we had a morning skate this morning.
You had a morning, yeah.
We did. Not everyone was there. It was an optional morning skate. But yeah, we've been practicing a little bit. But
talk me through your team's preparation. Do you guys got any superstitions in the locker room or in the tunnel or anything before pregame?
Yeah, we actually have this. We have this one really cool thing where we say where Curtis comes in and says a group prayer for us, and then go out there and we give it our all.
Have you guys still been running the Bell MVP?
Oh yeah, of course.
Love it. Well, thank you, Toast, for joining us. Just before you leave, do we have any more questions?
I have one question for Toast.
There we go.
Now we know that Jaden is most likely not going to be able to show for you guys tonight, but I want to talk to you about Phantom. How big of a loss is Phantom to your team?
Who said Phantom wasn't showing tonight?
It was just heard around the league that Phantom was out of the lineup and scratched.
Are those rumors true?
April Fools.
Oh.
Wow.
Also, who
Okay.
said Jaden wasn't
Wow.
showing?
Wow.
April Fools.
Flashy did us.
Bruh.
Hey, who said we're gonna be playing the games today? April Fools. Well, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a few weeks.
Yeah, let's go postpone.
Bye,
Just
everyone.
if I may interrupt, Phantom just got back to us that he is ungrounded. We did not find out that information until an hour ago. And Jaden is not attending due to his soccer game and or baseball, I'm not actually sure which sport, being rescheduled from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific. Thank you very much.
Well, we'll find out if that's true around 15 minutes before puck drop when we see the posted rosters and the lineups. Until then, we'll catch you soon for the game commentary around 7:10. See you then. Thanks for joining.
you